Welcome, everybody, to the almighty 100th episode of Stardew Valley here on Fantasy Farm. Today, we've got a big one. But first, we've got mail. Hello, Delta Side was collecting dust in the tool shed. I figured you might be able to use it. Yeah, probably a good idea to not have that bomb just laying around in your tool shed. I agree. Let's very quickly first put all of these things up. In fact, I'll probably just end up selling that cherry bomb, to be perfectly honest. And once I've got these things put away, we will very quickly do routine, and then I will meet you guys back here, and we will figure out what exactly we are doing for the day. Alright, we are back. This is going to be a very quick cut. This is what I'm going to throw into our shipping bin, so not too terribly much today, as there's no crops there or anything like that that have grown. But today, what our big focus is going to be on is this. Key's Kindness, give 50 love gifts in a week. We've got enough villagers to do this. We are very quickly, on my end, I am going to get all of the loved gifts that I want to give people, and I'll have, 2 for each, since it'll be 2 days worth of work. And I'm going to get those all put into one single treasure chest. Once that is taken care of, I will show you exactly what we have for each person. So I'm going to make it this one right here. We'll make it a yellow. Why not? And I will see you guys at this treasure chest once I've gotten everybody's love gifts picked out. Alright, we are back, and as you can see, this took quite a bit of time of moving things around between chests. It is almost noon in-game. So this is what we've got for everybody, and I'm going to go in order from top left, and we'll move all the way to the right, go down to the second row for who each of these are for. And there are some weird exceptions. There's 2 in here in particular that I would not really recommend these, but they're what I had, and they're kind of placeholders, and I probably won't give them unless I have absolutely no choice. So, from the top left, Alex, and then Elliot, Harvey, Sam, Sebastian. I only have 1 in here because I already gifted him. You might see some duplicates. Shane, but this is also Lewis with the hot pepper. Abigail, Emily, Haley, Leah, Maru, Penny, Caroline, Clint, Demetrius, the dwarf, Evelyn, George, Gus, Jazz, Jody, Kent, Krobus, Leo, that was timed very well, Lewis, this is not in the right spot, I'm missing some, oh, no wait, Lewis is up here, there we go, Linus is right here with the yam, Marnie with the pumpkin pie, Pam, Pierre, Robin, Sandy, Vincent, Willie, and then lastly, the wizard. The ones that don't really fit into this mold are, in particular, Pierre's with the Star Drop Tea and Alex with the Rabbit's Foot. These are universally loved gifts. These are things that everybody likes with some very few exceptions. Penny does not like the Rabbit's Foot. Everybody else, this is on their love list. So, for the record, if you do need them with some exceptions, the Golden Pumpkin is loved by everybody, so you can do that. The Magic Rock Candy is loved by everybody. The Pearl is loved by everybody. The Prismatic Shard is loved by everybody except for Haley. She hates it. The Rabbit's Foot is loved by everybody except for Penny. She hates it. And the Star Drop Tea is loved by everybody. So if you really do not have any other options, you can do this. Those are obviously all very high-value items. The Pearl and the Rabbit's Foot are probably the 2 least useful if you've got a lot of Rabbit's Feet or if you have a lot of the Pearls, since they don't sell for as much. Do I recommend you use these? Probably only as a last resort. So for that reason, I'm not going to be taking them with us. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to drop off all of my excess gear. And I'll probably actually end up putting it in here. It'll probably be the best spot for it. We'll put it in here. And I'm going to grab everything again except for Alex's. And I'm going to also put these away. I'm going to grab everything except for Alex, not Alice, and for Pierre. Those are the only ones I'm going to skip for now. I'm going to keep the coffee on hand. Oops. Try that the other way. Keep the coffee on hand because this is Harvey's. I'm going to use the coffee to kind of speed boost around, and basically we're going to just try to find as many people as possible, gift as many people as possible. So that's basically the goal here. I'm going to start with the easiest ones, though, and we're going to hop on over to the desert, because I know where Sandy is and I know where Pam is, so we can take care of both of those very, very quickly. I'll probably keep it as a neutral thing like that. And I will be doing a fair bit of double checking to make sure, because there is some overlap. Some characters do like multiple things, like with the peppers. Pete's another popular one. Sam and Shane both like that. So I do want to make sure that I don't accidentally gift the wrong thing. So you might be seeing little pauses here and there as I make sure that I've got the right thing, which I do here. Also have to make sure I keep my inventory out of that specific section. I don't want to try to just talk to somebody and gift them either. I've already done that once before. Now, luckily, there are more villagers than there are the required 50 gifts, so if you do not have Leo unlocked for some reason, which I don't know how that'd be possible, but if you don't have Kent, again, don't know how that'd be possible. But if by some miracle you have managed to do that, then you will still have enough villagers to go through in order to be able to do this. Alright, that's 2 down and 48 to go. If we do have enough time that we actually get this all done, which probably not going to happen, I'll probably keep looking for people until time just straight up runs out, you know, where everybody's asleep and whatnot. But if we do get that done, I'll figure out other things to do for the day, but the gifting is going to be primarily the big thing. And of course now I see all of these artifact spots that I want to dig up, but I also know they're not super important. Caroline, this is for you. But I am going to have to ask you to get out of the way. Harvey, are you home by any chance? You are home. Here you go. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of run through every single office and whatnot that I can. Look for every single person I can. Jody, you had... I'm going to try to do this without looking at my list at least a little bit. Normally I give you pancakes, but the chocolate cake is what I'm giving you here. Pierre, I don't have anything for you, so you can just screw right off. I know Caroline's not going to be here because I just saw her a second ago, and Abigail is not here, it would seem. Which is not that much of a surprise. She's kind of all over the place. George, I know exactly what you want, my guy. No worries, no worries. Evelyn, for you. Diamond is a really good overlapping one. A lot of people like Diamond. It's a very, very good choice. Penny, are you home? Ah, you're not home, but we do have an event with Pam that you can only get after you've rebuilt the house. Hey, kid. How's it going? You caught me praying. This here's my new Sign of the Vessel statue. Ordered it from Joj.com with free 2-day shipping. Don't tell Pierre. But settling into the new house, it's a really great place. Feels like home already. Really do appreciate this new comfort. Like how they said that in a way of you can't really know if you were anonymous or not. It's just, I should be so happy. But I haven't been able to cut back on the beer. I haven't changed at all. Well, it's not that easy. A long time, I feel like there's something missing from my life, Delta. I always thought it was about just being poor, you know? So I figured getting this house would solve everything, but it didn't. So that's why I ordered this statue. Say something to Pam. I'm glad you're feeling hopeful. Sorry, Pam, but Yoba isn't real. Don't tell anybody this. You know, don't push the religious stuff. Just go with it. You're feeling hopeful. You will lose a lot of points if you go with Yoba isn't real. Well, look at me. I'm getting real sappy in my old age, aren't I? It is good to have hope and things like that. And that's... I think that, honestly, is probably the best part about religion across the board, is if it does give people hope, that's good. It's when you take it to extremes, force those beliefs on others, that's when you start running into problems. But in terms of just, like, giving people hope for a better tomorrow, there's nothing wrong with that part of it. All right. Lewis, by any chance, are you home? You are not, but that makes sense. You're usually not at this early in the afternoon. Let's take a look and see if Emily or Haley are here. I see Emily. Emily, what did I choose to give you? I have to double check on this. I'm pretty sure it's the aquamarine. She likes all gems, though, so my brain is like, oh, no, it should be something else. It looks like yes, based on the order I have here, because this would be for Abigail. So, for you, it's so smooth. When I hold it, I feel the energy of all the mermaids in the sea. Thank you. Haley, I don't have any coconuts for you nearby, so... Wow, they're beautiful. These are my absolute favorite. Yeah, you're not going to be spying a sunflower in winter too terribly often, are you? Shane, for you... We'll give you that. Anybody hanging out in here today? No, wow, it's a ghost town in here. No Sam, no Vincent, no Jody, no Kent. They're all off somewhere else. All right. Well, let's check in and see if we can find Leah or Marnie or Jazz hanging out. Hey, Leah. We got an event with you. Hey, come check this out. Now, this event will actually change depending on what you told her to do earlier in a prior event. I bought a laptop and set up an online art shop, just like you suggested. The other option was to display your art in town and try to get the villagers to buy it. Did you hear that? That means someone bought something from the store. There's this Mr. K that keeps buying all my sculptures. Guess it must be some rich guy who loves my stuff. Wow, I'm not gonna have to worry about my electricity bill for a while after that sale. Well, that's good. Anyway, thanks for giving me this idea, Delta. So far, it's been really successful. This has given me the funding I need to keep working on art full-time. Now, sorry to ignore you, but I really need to tweak these CSS sheets. I know the feeling. My writing commission stuff is done online, so I know how it is. So for Leah, I had... Oh, what did I have for Leah? I'm actually not sure. Oh, the goat cheese. That's what it was. There you go. Initially, I thought I was going to have to either do that or the truffles, but I think the goat cheese was less expensive and out of my pocket than the goat truffles were. Lewis, there you are. I was looking for you earlier. There you go. Marnie. What did I have for Marnie? I actually don't know. I'm going to have to look that one up for sure. I can think of a couple things that might be on here, but I want to make sure I'm right. So Marnie is... Oh, the pumpkin pie. There we go. I was like, surely I didn't choose diamond. Yeah, pumpkin pie. I don't think Jazz is home, but let's have a look. Nope, she is not. Well, don't let me interrupt your special time over there. Let's see who else we can find here. I'm focusing more on the shops before they close, if anything, and I'm not going to be able to get to Clint, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. There's no way I can get to him. But I can get to Willie, because he will not close until 5. If I can catch him at the bar, though, the bar would always be handy, which is why I'm avoiding it, quote-unquote. Willie, what did I have for you? Was it the Iridium bar? Vincent had the grapes, so he's towards the bottom. Yes, alright. Normally I wouldn't part with one of these, but I have a ton of them, and you know what? Willie's a cool guy. He's one of the real ones. He's up there with Gus for me. Like, he's just a good old dude, you know? Like, he cares about everybody. He wants everybody to succeed. He's just a good dude. Let's see. Jazz and Vincent. Vincent, for you, I've got the grapes. Jazz, for you. Pink cake. And Poppy, for you. Penny. Yes, I have. I'm trying to give this... There we go, to Penny. How are we doing thus far? 17 out of 50. Alright. I know where at least one more person's hanging out. Shane, I've already gifted you, but I have not gifted Gus, and he likes oranges. Yeah, you enjoy that, bud. Like I said, you're one of the real ones. Alex, I said I was not going to gift you, so I'm going to pass on you. I should have checked and seen if I could have spotted Elliot while I was down there. The crab cakes are for him. You here by any chance? No, you're not. Yeah, thankfully we've got more than 2 days to do this, so if I don't manage to get it done today and tomorrow, we can always just finish that issue out the following day. Harvey, I've already gifted you. Let's go up north. We've got the dwarf and Krobus, and they're going to be in fixed spots, so that's another easy 2 points right there. I don't believe we've gifted anybody here. Who is this? This is Leo. Between Mr. Lance and Miss Penny, I'm going to learn everything there is to learn. Yeah, you got it, man. There you go. I don't know who all will be here at this time of day. Demetrius, for you, I know it's a little cold out, but I brought you some ice cream. Maru, for you, I have got a battery pack. And Sebastian, I'm gonna catch you. Give you this. Hey, you look great. Been thinking about you all day. Aw. Robin, have I gifted you? No, I have not, because yours is a peach. I think we're getting, yeah, pretty close to about halfway here. I've not gifted Linus. I haven't seen him yet today either. So let's go check in on him. So one of the things I did want to talk about, and this is not scripted by any stretch of the imagination, is he hanging out in the tent? Oh, I guess he is. I figured he'd be out there with Leo. Didn't think he'd retire before Leo would, at least to bed. Yam. I'm kind of having to go in and out here in terms of remembering all of what I'm doing, so you'll have to forgive me for that. Luckily, I do remember the next two at the very least, so as we go through this. So yes, the non-scripted thing I wanted to talk about was the marriage candidate choice that I had chosen in choosing Sebastian. Sebastian is normally the person that I choose. I think he's the person, quote-unquote, most like me, which is weird because most of the time it's usually a case of opposites attract. You know, people that are more unlike you than like you are the ones that you tend to gravitate towards the most. Ooh, we have these ready as well. I'm going to quickly snag these. No, the whole thing. Not the shoes. Not the shoes. We can also try to get to the wizard potentially here. But yes, in choosing Sebastian, again, I think he's the person most like me. I think he'd be the person I would, like, hang out, spend a lot of time with. And I think ultimately he's probably just, like, sort of the go-to option for me. I also played before Krobus was like an option where you could friend him and have him move into your house, so I'm used to the original marriage candidates. I did play not before the option of having Shane or... oh, who was the other person? Shane or Emily, I think, were the other two that got added pretty early into the game, but by that point I started, they were already characters you could romance. But regardless of that, yeah, something that I've been thinking about mentioning from time to time. We've joked about it here on the channel and also the live streams quite a bit, and I make it very clear that I am open in being completely fair to anybody regardless of their preference. But yeah, I figured that this would be a good episode, given that it's an episode about giving loved gifts, having it be a special episode and being the 100th episode of officially mentioning that, yeah, I've talked about it a little bit here and there, or hinted towards it. Here's your void egg, by the way. That, yeah, I am bisexual. I've known for quite a long time. Whenever people are like, oh, I prefer this about guys, prefer this about girls, whatever, I was like, I don't really care either way in terms of, like, why not both? Roasted hazelnuts for you, Kent. Mom used to give me these back when I was a young boy. It brings back wonderful memories. Thank you. Nice. I was wondering why you preferred those, and now I know. I'm trying to see who I've got left here. I should have two of these. Elliot, Sam. Might be able to get into Sam's house. Let's see. Nope, no dice. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Very quickly, as I'm thinking. Elliot, Sam, should have two of those. Abigail. Who would be between Demetrius and whoever that is? That was for the dwarf? Are you sure? That doesn't seem right. Let me just check here and see who I haven't gifted. So Clint, couldn't get to him. Pierre, Abigail, Elliot, Sam, Alex. No, we got more than half, so I'm content with this. So yeah, we'll continue this on the next day. But yeah, I've known for a while. I've never really... Hey, Abigail. Really quickly. There you go. Surprised I managed to run into her. I've never really had a preference one way or the other. I would say, if anything, I'm probably closer to demisexual. I have to have, like, a pretty close bond with somebody to truly find them attractive. There are some exceptions to that rule, but not too terribly many. But it seemed like the appropriate time... Right, I put them in here. It seemed like the appropriate time to just kind of mention it. Of, yeah, we've joked about it. I kind of took the Tyler Cedarwall approach of, like, how they joked about it. Of, like, oh, yeah, Tyler's gay. Like, oh, that funny joke. And then, you know, being more casual with it of, like, yeah, he's gay. And then being like, no, he actually straight up is. Like, that was the running thing. And so, yeah, it was kind of like a running joke of, like, oh, yeah, definitely, like... has the hots for some guy characters. And yeah, no, those were intentional. Sometimes that was just straight up not true in the sense of like, oh, I actually don't find this character attractive. Some of the times it was true. Just kind of depends on the individual character. But regardless, I am decently open with it. I'm fine with being open with it on this channel. We don't bring it up that often. Most of my friends know, my mom knows, my dad's a little too old-fashioned to really be told that. And tragically, I do not live in a place where it is really safe to be out in terms of, you know, local, but internet-wise, it's fine. And, you know, all my friends that are actually close with me know this, and a fair few of my friends are not straight. In fact, I would argue most of them are not, you know, running the whole spectrum. The writing team that I work with at the convention, pretty much between the four of us almost runs the full LGBT spectrum because we've got bisexual with myself, trans with one of the other people, gay with one of the other people, and I'm not actually truthfully sure on the last one. Oh, another Star Drop tea. Nice. So yeah, I've known for a while. It's just a thing of like, yeah, I don't really find it that big of a deal. Like, is it important to know? But like, you know, I guess to some people it might be important to know, quote unquote. But for me, it's just like, that's just another piece of you, and it, you know, like people like putting you into boxes, which is hilarious when you live in the specific era I do, where it's hard to be put into a box because, you know, I have like a bunch of different genres of music I like. I have the mental mindset of somebody who's closer to like 80 million years old. I don't actually know what I'm gonna throw away here. I didn't mean to throw that, but yep, into the water it goes. The Stardew Valley Almanac, I could give this to Pierre, actually, so I think I will. I'll drop the taco for that. We're kind of just going cast by cast here. Just make a little bit of extra money, so we can say that we're doing something here. But yeah, I wouldn't even consider myself, like, attracted to Sebastian and, like, oh, that he's hot kind of way. It's more of, like, the, you know, if I was to choose somebody in this game to be like, yeah, I would want to spend a lot of time with them. I would want to get to know them on a deeper level. It would probably be him. That's why I chose him specifically. That's why I've chose him in most of my runs. I've varied it up to, like, kind of see, you know, different cutscenes and stuff. But again, you can just watch those cutscenes if you prefer to and not actually make that choice. It's totally fine to do that. Just kind of depends on what you do or do not prefer to do. I'm going to quickly throw this in here just long enough to be able to do this. I'll take this back out. I'll toss this in here, I guess. Nah, I'll hang on to it. This can go in there, though. Yeah, because that was for Pierre. We'll organize these. And then we'll head to bed, and we'll continue on our wayward son. But yeah, IMO, it's, like... It falls in that category of, like, people are still fighting over it, and it's like, have we not... I mean, I know the answer is no, we haven't, but it's like, have we not progressed as a society to be above things like judging for this? Because it really feels like we should have been over this for a long time now, but it has not happened yet. But hopefully one day it will be, because, I mean, even if it's not your thing, even if you don't understand it, just be cool, be kind. It's really not that hard. It's really not. Alright, with that out of the way, first of all, a new baby lizard hatched. Okay, was not expecting that. Sure, since we were talking about him earlier and characters I have the hots for. That one was not a joke, by the way. Yeah, Bowser. Yeah. Everybody's allowed one furry crush. It's fine. Also, I did grab multiple of the mayonnaise in the last day, as it were, while I was in here, because I was grabbing stuff for Alex, the rabbit's foot. And so, oops. Meant to grab both of those. So I did put in a second set of mayonnaise and donated, quote-unquote, a second set of mayonnaise as well. So for that reason, we did make a little bit more than we normally would have. Now we're just kind of stalling, waiting for characters to wake up, I guess. The cheese. No, come on, get over there. Oh, whoops. I meant to go after the cow. My inventory's full, so now I can't do that. Let's put this away. Could you imagine trying to do this gifting everybody with, like, one row of inventory space? Like, you hadn't bought the backpack? That would have been a freaking nightmare. The mushrooms are ready, but I'm gonna drop a couple of these things first. For what I want to do, for what I do want to put in here. So these can go. Just have a tiny bit more space to work with here. And then we'll see what else we got over here. I know the mushrooms are going to be ready. Oh, thank goodness they're all the same. Only the names will change. Over here, I'm not going to bother with the fruit trees any. Yes, a little bit of ancient fruits. And I can hold them all, which is good. So put those up. Take those with me. Pomegranate is an Elliot choice, by the way, if you didn't want to do crab cakes. I think that's on his love list. That can be dropped off, and I think we're early enough in the day now to where we can start moseying around and seeing if we can gift everybody today. You're not going to be here yet, Pam, so I'm going to wait for you. Next if I see you walking out, then I'll bring you that. For now, we'll just kind of check the stores. Snow yam to enjoy with some fresh bread. That feels like it would be exceptionally bland, but okay. I don't know. Like, yam is not... I don't know about a snow yam, though. Like, maybe? Honestly, you'd have to ask somebody else. I really couldn't tell you. I don't know. Yam is... Oddly, it's a little too sweet for me, and that's coming from somebody who really likes their sweets. But yeah, he seems a little... Or yam seems a little too sweet for me, I guess. So yeah, we'll just keep gifting here until basically we hit our marker. Present, thanks. Oh, I don't know. Oh, he had the dialogue box above his head. That was probably why. Abigail, you're not here. Caroline might be, though. Oh, no, you both are here. Perfect. I've got something for both of you. That's for you. And that's for you. by any chance. Yeah. Figure's worth a shot, right? I'm not gonna, like, switch up the order here, too. I'm gonna keep them sort of, like, if the spot's empty, they're empty. I'm not gonna move everything over. It'll be easier to kind of relatively remember where everything is by doing this. Morning, crew. Yeah, gotta take care of the elderly, honestly. These are my go-to right here. Oh, and a penny event. This might also be after fixing the house, maybe? Not sure. Delta, you came at a good time. I'm just about to finish I'm just about finished cooking a recipe I invented. That you invented? Let me just finish up real quick. Here, give that a little taste. Looked pretty good on the plate. It did give me energy, but oh. Well, lie, that was delicious. Can I get the rest to go? It's definitely unique. How'd you get it so rubbery? Lie. You really mean it? Thank you. It's such a relief to hear that. We've been working so hard on this recipe, and I'm really proud of it. This is one of those times where lying is a good thing to do. Hey, since you're the first person trying, I'm going to name this one Chili de Delta. As then it will give you the chills. So how about we watch a movie or something? Sure, I guess. I more so came in here to bring by a poppy if you're here, and it looks like you are. Yeah, Penny's not the type to get rough criticism well, so you do have to, do recommend you lie to her, unfortunately. Let's just snag Lewis there. See if I can actually manage to run into Elliot today. He managed to slip away last time. He was one of very few that did. It's a beautiful gift. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm not super big on crab cakes. I think it's just the bread kind of is a little overwhelming for the crab. And, you know, the crab should be the star of the show. So, yeah, not super big on that. I would definitely eat it. It's just I would not go out of my way for it by any stretch. You are both here, which is good. And as for Emily, yeah, the aquamarine. How goes our progress? 41, 9 more. We can do that. I can easily do that. See if anybody's over here. Vincent, for you, I've got some grapes. Chocolate cake for you, Jody. Roasted hazelnuts for you. Also, report card, Vincent, reading C, spelling D, math C, social studies B, art B-, and sports A. Notes, Vince's a good boy, but he could make do with a little more studying, Penny. Yeah, that spelling's not hot, my guy. Sam, for you, cactus fruit. You were one of the ones that also managed to get away from me yesterday. I managed to find all 4 of you. Last time I came in here, none of you were here. Now all of you are here. That worked out. I think we're just about set at this point because there's some we can always guaranteed get. Linus, Dwarf, Krobus. There's a couple guaranteed ones. Here you go, Leah. Let's see if potentially Jazz, Marnie, or Shane are hanging around out here. Yeah, I see a couple of you. Here you go. Is Jazz home? She's not home. That's okay, though. Marnie, for you, pumpkin pie. Now, how are we? 48. We just need 2 more. Okay, that's totally doable. Just gotta find the right person or persons. And really, since I do want to head to the island today to pick up the reward for this, I'm just gonna gift Willie, I think, even though he does have one of the more expensive gifts. That's okay. So you can see what I mean by, like, some of these require prep time of, like, if you don't have a lot of gift items, you might just kind of be sunk, which stinks, but, you know, what are you going to do? But if you kind of know ahead of time of, like, oh, I need to be saving things for gifts or whatever, and you do that, then you're going to be in a pretty good way. And there we go. Oh, we just straight up get the gems. Okay, so it's spending them is why we're going over there. Gotcha. So yes, the key gems are... No, I don't want to leave yet. So yeah, the key gems are your reward. Snow Yam. Aquamarine. Might try to do that, maybe. Just for a couple little extra boosts towards the next thing. But I do want to look and see what specifically we can buy. Also, you know, we might as well come here to get the crops taken care of, too. Starfruit's pretty well along. Next time the coffee, or next time the kegs finish up, I might throw in a level of coffee beans to make more coffee. We're not low by any stretch, but might as well take advantage when the opportunity arises. I'm glad a lot of these are normal quality, though, because, again, as you've seen, the quality doesn't matter. You're just going to get regular coffee. There's not, like, high-quality coffee, unless you want to count the triple shot. So, yeah, we can only do, you know, like, one at any given time, but we've got 40 gems, so we do have options for what we could buy. I kind of want to lean towards things like the recipes. Like, I probably won't buy them any shipping bin. I've already got 2 of these. I don't really need another one of them. So, like, being able to craft things is going to be the more important side of things for me. Looking at this, the key to the town definitely has my eye. Allow access to all buildings in town at any time of day. The Galaxy Souls would come in handy in order to be able to forge these with a Galaxy weapon, so that's another one. Other than that, Heavy Tapper could be up there for sure. Hyper Speed Grow. All of these recipes are definitely up here for potentially very useful. I think I'm only going to spend some right now, and I'm going to grab the key to the town. Is there anything else I want to buy? I don't really think so. These are not the recipes for the fireworks, by the way, so I'm not going to waste my money on those either. I think I'm just going to buy that for now and not anything else. How are we doing here? 96%. We do have the Great Friends up to 100%. It hasn't changed on this end, but we have increased that to 100%. Don't tell anyone about this place. I want to keep it exclusive. You'd keep a secret for your friend, Mr. Key, wouldn't you? Yeah, I would. Soon we'll have that final set of golden walnuts, too. We're just literally sitting and waiting for that banana. That'll be what the first one does. Like, I do need to ship a banana and a mango to work on that collections, but the first one's gotta be towards the golden walnuts and getting that done. There is nothing else I want to do here in particular today. So I'm gonna bail out of that. And also, now we can show it off. There you go. Key to the town. We've got another screen done. So special items and powers, fish, artifacts, minerals are all done. And pretty soon, we already know, we've got all of these on the way except for these 2. We'll have to figure out what to do about that at some point, but we'll save that for another date. With that done, I am going to put everything sort of back in its rightful place, because I would prefer to keep the items rather than sell them in most cases. I think the peach I can give up, so I'm going to go ahead and drop all of these. Heck, I'll even throw the ice cream in there, too. The cake can go back. Yam. Let's just grab everything back from this. I do believe that our kegs are actually ready, so I'm going to grab those momentarily once everything has been sorted back to normal here. This is the tea, the duck feather. Okay, so that's what I'm putting back in its spot. I think I'll put the duck feather in here. Might as well. And since these are all done, you can see what I mean about, like, sometimes you just come back here and you're like, you know what, I'm already here. You might as well get some more mayonnaise going. And there you go. There's another, like, 2K in the bank right there. Might as well swing over and do the same with the cheese. There's another 1K right there. So you just made 3K. You barely had to do anything. Maybe it was the jellies, actually, that were done. I think it was the jellies. I'm gonna grab that treasure chest, put that away, because I don't need it anymore. Should have made an extra one. Actually, I think I did grab one. I don't even remember anymore. It's not important. What is important is tossing these in there. What do you need? We'd like 2 mega bombs, please. I think I actually have 2 mega bombs. I do. I don't know why you need explosives, and that's a bit worrying, to be quite frank, but you're happy about it, so who am I to say no? Probably the person that doesn't want things in his farm blown up, but, you know, it's, again, who am I to say? All of those. Everything appears to be undulating. So we'll toss in another 18K for that. That'll be very good. Got a decent stockpile of the ink, which is also good. Alright, with that done, I've been thinking about that radioactive ore now, but like we're basically at the end of this video. That's another thing for another day. But with the challenge done, I could work on aquatic overpopulation. So I think that's probably what I will do instead. Is try to knock more of that out. Leave these here. I don't really need that warp totem, but I'll take it with me just in case. This can go up. Anything else I need to bring? I don't really think so. Move those over. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Wasn't there an animal? Or did we get all the animal crackers? Oh, you're right. We just got, we got a Bowser now. Provided they're still awake. There we go. So yeah, how many do we have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can have 12. So we have 3 more animals in here. Gotcha. I'm not too terribly fussed on the coop. I know there's your ideal setup, but like we've got one of everything. It's right now it's more about the making sure we have the ability to craft everything and that we have those resources coming in. It's not really about the price of the resource itself. Otherwise, you would probably just stick to all of one animal once you knew what you exactly needed. But I'm okay with that for now. Alright, let's head off to the ocean. But first, one more thing I want to do. Oh, I did have some extra pearls in here. Interesting. Well, that's not that big a deal. Right. Also, the shortcuts might be done, and if that's the case, I could show one of those off. Let's see if they are done. Truthfully, I don't remember when I had those put in. But we could find out right now, potentially, if they are done. I don't even know if there's a cutscene for them or not. Let's see. Yeah, right here. This is one of your shortcuts. Yep, just to the right of Leah's house, you can take a shortcut and end up here, over by the docks, which is extremely helpful. This is one of the best ones. The other ones aren't super great, but this one's pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. IMO, this is one of the better ones. You'll see the other locations for shortcuts pop up now. And you'll see why, like, some of them, like the one that's up by the mountain lake of, like, it's not really all that useful. The one that lets you go from the back roads down to the bus, that one's not super useful. Really, that was the big reason that I wanted it, though, is that shortcut between Cindersap Forest and going directly to the ocean that lets you skip going through town altogether. That's actually a pretty good one. That one's actually pretty solid. It's not like the be-all, end-all. It's not going to cost you that much time, but it's still pretty good. It's something that I definitely wish, like, when you were first playing that you had access to. It would be really, really nice to be able to, like, spend X amount of money to be like, oh yeah, there's like a bunch of debris, spend X amount of money to get rid of this, and then you could get rid of it and not have to worry about it anymore. It would be extremely handy. Running with low battery on both of my headphones here. I need to move this to a spot I can see it more clearly. There we go. So we got our first key challenge done. Hopefully you guys thought, wow, that was easy, because boy, are you in for a rough ride. That is one of the easier ones, is gifting the villagers. Again, if you're prepared for it, if you've done your prep time, basically going to be wicked, wicked easy. We had like another 4 days to go on it before time ran out. It's not that bad, but there are some that are pretty freaking bad. Sonar bobber, very nice. Got everything there. Try to keep the fish up top. How do I want to do this? I guess the stuff I want to sell we'll put at the bottom. I don't even really need the sonar bobber. It's $250 for it, but eh. There we go. That'll work. But I'm glad this seemed to be a good episode. This was an episode about, like, you know, about love. It was nice. We got to give villagers a bunch of gifts they love. We got to see some cutscenes that were about, like, love and hope. Even love in the form of lying to spare somebody's feelings, where it's, you know, it's technically a bad thing to do, but I don't know. I feel like sparing somebody's feelings and being nice. This is like a white lie. I don't like the term white lie, because I think that's more of a thing parents get away with saying to their kids. So it kind of has bad context to it, but even those are fair of, like, you know, parents, or kids would think, oh, parents are being mean because they didn't tell me about XYZ, and it's like, well, you're not, you know, you haven't gotten that far in the ways of the world, shall we say. You can't see beyond the eyes of glass. It was good. It was lots of love, lots of gifting things around, lots of getting to see cutscenes. It felt productive. It felt good. It felt like this was a pair of days that was worth the time. Out of curiosity, how are the squid for... Oh, they're not that great, actually. Interesting. I figured they'd be worth a little bit more than that, but I guess not. I'll still put them in the smoker if I don't have anything else, but, you know. Yeah, at some point I do need to consider that, though, getting the radioactive ores and stuff like that. So I might do a little poking around before the next episode starts. I don't know. We'll see. It has been a couple days since we've done the mines, and I don't want it to also feel like, for people that do like seeing the mines, of like, well, we're never going to see that again. Like, he just picked up a buttload of iridium, and now he's not going to need it anymore. Like, he'll never need to go back for anything. Well, if it's any consolation, some of the key challenges are, like, getting to X floor of the mines and not eating, for example. So, we will still have, at the very least, challenges that will appear there. I wouldn't honestly say we're really even done in terms of, like, areas that we'd visit. I can't say, like, oh, we'll never be back there again for any reason at all. I can't really think of any. Because, I mean, there's always the chance even for, like, people's house of, like, oh, yeah, they might have a quest where they're there, so we might have to swing by there and drop something off. Same with Lewis's house with the prize tickets. There's still things to buy, and change in our own house, we'd still have to visit Robin. The mines, the skull mines, the island, these are all things we're still seeing. Even the quarry still got the trees that I planted up there for the oak resin, so we could pick those up. Probably do need to check those at some point, but for now it's okay. More deluxe bait. Oh, that's albacore. It's the same color, so I figured it would stack, but nope, it does not. should have enough time to get, I think, 2 more sets in the smoker here. Probably gonna be our herrings. How much are the jellies? 200? Eh, it's alright. I think they would be better hung on to for other purposes, honestly. I don't know what else they're used for other than the smokers, but I guarantee you they've got some other recipe on them, so... one way or another, we'll find a reason to keep them. Put all these down here. I guess the geo... technically, we should keep the geodes to crack them open, so sure, we'll put those here, I suppose. And technically, we should keep the trash as well. So it should look a little something like this. There we go. That'll work. Yeah, we should be done like 12-ish, then we can smoke another one at 1, and then if we need to warp totem back because we don't have enough time, we just warp totem back. No big deal. I don't know what our next big purchase is going to be, admittedly. I honestly can't... I can think of stuff, I just can't think of, like, what would be the most useful thing to grab next. I don't think Robin has any more community upgrades with Pam's house and the shortcuts being done. I'll double check on that, but I think those are basically it. So we're good on that front. We will still need the obelisks and the golden clock at some point, sure. But there are other things we could do. We can make our house bigger, stuff like that. And I do want to do that. I do think ultimately I probably will make, quote-unquote, the biggest house possible. I might pass on doing the whatchamacallits. The, like, removing walls. I like having the walls that separate the kitchen from the bedroom and stuff like that. I don't want it to be all big and open. It would feel like taking the thing just to my right here of, like, sort of the bar area, which I don't use it as a bar. I don't have any, like, stools here or anything to make it function like a bar, but it would feel weird to just have this open directly into the kitchen. Something would feel odd about that. To me, desks feel like they belong up against a corner, but I can see why they aren't always, but for me, it feels a little bit more cozy and comfortable this way. More coal. I will gladly take that. Please and thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure what that next... Yeah, well, there goes the battery, tragically, so I guess you won't be able to hear anything for the remaining X amount of time in the video, but that's probably okay. It wouldn't be an episode without one of my headphone batteries dying. But luckily we're almost done here, so not too bad. I think we're up to 9 of those squids, so we're just about done, so I might try to continue to swing by here and get aquatic overpopulation done, regardless of what we decide to do in the coming days. But we'll see about that. Yeah, I'm going to look into a couple things between episodes. I'm now a little bit more curious thinking about that of, what could we do? Let's grab this treasure chest. Come back for our fish. And because we can warp back, I'm going to make a couple more attempts at getting some squid here, I guess. What do we got? Wild baits. Just a bunch of excess junk, really. Not anything I'm too terribly fussed about. That sword is worth a good bit, so I guess I'll get rid of the stone. And to think fast there and not accidentally have that drop in the water, because those are worth more, obviously. Do I want to attempt for any more fishing? Nah. Let's take the shortcut back. We have it, so let's take it back. Yeah, for my money's worth, that is the best shortcut of the ones that she gives you. I'm sure there's probably a mod that, like, you could add to the game where it automatically gives you that. But that's alright. I've never messed around with mods in this game. I've seen some, and some of them look really cool. And it's mostly like, we've added more NPCs, made it, areas bigger with more things, that kind of, leaning towards more of that side of things. But I will admit, seeing the EXP go up so you can see how much you're getting from each of the things is also very, very helpful. Let's drop those off as well. Anything else we need to do? Trash will go in there. Yep, I'm watching the timer over there. Let's not put those over there. Get in the house. Yes. We've made it. How do we do on profits for that? Did we manage to crack 300,000 on our total amount? I feel like there's a good chance we could have done that. Yeah, I think that was enough. Let's find out. Did we get past 300,000 on our income, on our on-hand income? Yeah, no sweat. 324. Very nice. Alright, well, with no audio playing, I'll keep it pretty simple. Thank you all for watching this episode of Stardew Valley, episode 100. And next time, I'm going to do a little bit of research and kind of see what all we could do next while we're waiting on things, because we're still waiting on the banana and the mango, the ostrich egg. Those are all things we're waiting on, but we might be able to do something about the radioactive ore bars, potentially. We'll see about that. All these other things here are done, other than I do still need to get that last journal scrap at some point. And we can also now see our key gems, how many of those we have on hand down here. And as for our relationship with Sebastian, that is official, and it is also officially at full hearts for now. So if we are to marry him, we'll have to wait around for, at some point, a pendant turning up. We'll see when that happens. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.